Hey everybody, welcome to another version of RealtyClassTV.com. I'm kind of excited to talk about kitchens today. I saw this neat little article about them and I thought it was probably a pretty good point to bring up here. I'll just tell you that I finished building my house just recently and the budget for the entire kitchen was a pretty hefty number as a percentage of the entire budget, about 10%. Okay? Now again, these days a lot of these new open floor plan models, when you hit the front door, the first thing you see is the kitchen. So really the kitchen cabinetry has become something more akin to furniture and really becomes that gathering point for families and really adds a lot of value. If you're looking to budget for what you should be spending on a kitchen, I would probably say the range could be anywhere from say 5 to 10%, and if it's really ultra luxury, you might even be looking at a lot more than that. But for most of you, 5 to 10% is probably the range where you'll end up for the entire value of this kitchen upgrade or whatever it might be. Again, remember the kitchen is very much of a focus or a gathering place these days, so you want to make it comfortable. You don't want to crowd it in. You want to make it open enough where you can have several people walking comfortably on either side of a counter, so it really flows nicely. Even in a small house, you might want to think about taking down a wall, opening it up to another room. That's just the way people live, and that's what they're looking for these days in a kitchen. Remember, if you do replace the cabinets, keep them light and bright. I would suggest staying away from any real fad that is very dramatic, some real heavy color, something like that. You're always safe with white or off-white, something like that. It's timeless, and there's so many things you can do by adding different types of color paint, etc., to really bring out the real clean look that a white can bring you. Also, if you're on a budget, 5% might seem like a lot, but a lot of you investors are out there and you're trying to clean up some of these foreclosed homes or something that's a distress sale. You can work with the existing cabinetry. Get a good cabinet maker, have them come in, take a look, and a dynamite sanding and paint job, resurfacing, and adding new hardware that's more updated can go a long way and save you a massive amount in this. So if you're on a real tight budget, try to work with what is existing there. Now, don't forget though, you gotta add your bling. You can have beautiful cabinets that are working well, but people are looking for the rest of the show. In other words, if I have a beautiful Cadillac, I gotta put those nice rims on there too. So you wanna make sure, depending on your budget, you're putting in something like granite, stone, corian, or even a nice clean looking Formica that mimics corian or stone or something like that works as well. Again, it's more about being clean and crisp. Most buyers are looking for that turnkey opportunity where they don't have to do a lot of work. And then finally, when it comes to resale value of a kitchen, most home improvement experts agree that a kitchen's going to return you 80 to 100% of its value. So in other words, if I have a kitchen and I upgrade it for $10,000, there's a pretty good chance I'm going to recoup all of that $10,000. Now, as a realtor, I'm going to tell you, I have no doubt that that can change the feeling of the entire house. So I'm going to argue that in a lot of cases as well, assuming the rest of the house is clean, it could mean even more than that. So the next time you go to spend a nickel on your home, you want to take a look at that kitchen. It's a major item. Everybody's looking for it to be upgraded these days, and they don't want to do it themselves. So beat them to the punch, be prepared, and add some value. Just another tip here at the RealtyClassTV.com. Thanks for coming here. I'm Danny Griffin. See you next time.